Oh, baby, baby, baby.
Bro, you were wrong. Bro, you were wrong. You were wrong about Nuno's guitar, bro. We got you, bro. You were wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most athletic electric guitar stream. Oh, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get the party started.
Woo! What's happening? Woo! Mwah! Woo! Let's go! We're live, baby, baby. Oh! A stream? On a Tuesday? Oh, baby, baby, baby. Let's go!
Come closer. Don't be too shy. Come a little closer. Let's talk, you and I. Come closer. Let's talk. Let's talk. Stop the music, Antoinette. Thank you. Let's talk. You and I need to talk. I know what you're thinking. You might be thinking,
Oh, you were wrong about the Nuno guitar. You made a video. 12,000 people watched it and you were so wrong about it. We got you. Let's go there and flood the comment section of the video. We got you.
I know what you're thinking. I get it. I know what you're thinking, and that's okay. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna correct the past.
You might think, well, that's not really possible to do. We got you. No, it is possible. Believe me.
When you're an athletic electric guitar player, anything is possible. Antoinette! I said stop the music! Thank you. So, let's talk about this, shall we? Come closer. Come a little closer. Unbelievable. You guys are unbelievable. I might have gotten a thing or two wrong about Nuno's guitar and all that. But you guys are unbelievable. Just flooding my comment section. I'm getting Instagram messages left and right about how wrong I was. I get it. You got me, okay? So shall we talk about this? I thought, and I think a lot, believe me. I do the best thinking, okay? I thought that'll be a good idea to, instead of me making a video, sitting there editing behind my editing software for 30 minutes, 30 hours, honestly. If 30 minutes could do it, 30 minutes would have been amazing. But I thought to do an emergency live stream, because for those who don't know, we only do streams once a week, okay? And I thought, instead of doing an edited video, I want to go live stream to, number one, talk about what I got wrong about Nuno's guitars, and number two, let's review that darn guitar that just got announced together, shall we? So, this is what happened for those who don't know. Nuno Bettencourt was flashing this newly branded Washburn-looking electric guitar, right? On the last show that, Ozzy Osbourne did, okay? And everyone was like, oh, what is that guitar and all that jazz? And at that time, what we did, and by we, I mean I, Antoinette and I guess. It's a team effort, right? What we did was that we went on and, got some data from the patent office, the U.S. patent office, and a bunch of other evidence, and concluded that, you know what, Nuno Bettencourt is going to stay with Washburn. And we were not that correct. I don't want to say wrong because that's a strong word. I just wanted to say we were not that correct about it, okay? So this is what we did. Check this out. Hold on a second. Let me. All right, check this out. So one video here, this video, debunking rumors around Nuno's mystery guitar that I posted 2 months ago. In that video, I went on the US Patent website, I looked at the design of that new guitar, and based on the evidence that was available 2 months ago, I concluded that Nuno is not going to a new company or a new factory. He's staying with Washburn one way or the other, and that guitar is merely a rebrand. That was the conclusion that I got. Already, and this is just a new notification. I cleared all the notification and somebody else just commented the same probably. Yeah, so Nuno came out with this announcement proving me semi-wrong. And now you might say, oh, Mr. Sorenzo, you're not semi-wrong, you're like completely wrong. Well, let's talk about it, okay? So, check this out. This is the announcement that Nuno did. Without audio.
Great news I wanted to share with you. I'm super excited to announce that today, this second, right now, as we speak in real time, I'm launching my own guitar company. That is correct. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Had a great run with Washburn, a good 35 years, I believe, which is pretty insane. And love Washburn, and it was just time for me to do this. I really wanted to do it for, like I said, a long time. And one of the main reasons is I wanted to be able to kind of deal directly with y'all, with guitar players and fans that purchase any of my guitars. I wanted to kind of build this community now and be able to engage with you on a deeper and a closer level, which is going to be really fun for me. And that's it, man. Go to NunoBettencourtExtreme, check it out. You'll see some, just quick information there, because a lot to do still. And there's, pre-ordering and all sorts of things that are going to happen. We're kind of building all this in real time, so have some patience. But I just wanted to be the first to let you know that it's happening, and I'm really excited, man. This means a lot to me, and I look forward to starting a new relationship with you all and building this community with Nuno Guitars. Love you. Talk to you soon. Let's go.
So that was what he just announced not long ago, 2 hours ago. And then he put the link to his new website there as well. Okay? Now, you might say, well, look, you got it all wrong. And you're partially right. Okay? So let's talk about this. Let me take you guys to this website. Let's review the guitar, whatever we know already for facts, and then move on from there. So, this is NunoGuitars.com, right? That is Nuno. Oops, I'm not even sharing my screen. Okay, check this out. This is NunoGuitars.com. Okay, this is Nuno. That is his guitars. These two, well, this is the one that he flashed at that Ozzy Osbourne show. This was the one that he flashed later on. And then, interestingly enough, there is an N4 guitar there with the Nuno branding. So that is the Washburn. That's literally the Washburn N4 with the Nuno branding. And then whatever happens after here, like all the other photos, okay? So, what do we have here? It's a single-page website. Sign up for updates. Pre-order coming soon. My new models, the Dark Horse and the White Stallion, lead the launch of Nuno guitars along with continuing the legacy of the N4. These are true workhorses built with the same passion I've put into every note I've ever played. What I'm most excited about as the founder and CEO of my new company is communicating directly with players and fans who will get to play the exact guitars that I play on stage and in the studio. Together, we're forming a new community where I can personally engage with you about a mutual passion, our guitars. Once you own a Nuno guitar, you are forever a part of my family. Let's ride. Which is a beautiful thing to say. And you can sign up there to get updates from Nuno Guitar. You got the social media pages there as well. All right? That's all it is there right now. Okay. In that video that I did, we talked about how the feature of these guitars are identical, the main features, to what we know of Washburn N4. Namely, the headstock, the Stevens extended cutaway, which we know for a fact that the patent for it expired 20 years ago. We know the pickups are, at least if exactly not the same, they look exactly the same. So I would be like, guessing with a high degree of, certainty that this is Seymour Duncan 59 and the bridge pickup is the Bill Lawrence 500 XL, so the main features of anything that made a Nuno guitar is exactly the same as his Washburns. That's the truth from everything that we know right now. Again, there may be a new model coming out. There may be a revision, right? And that changes things, obviously. From what we know now, don't come and torch me again later. Right? For what we know now, this is what's going on. Okay? Happy? So, that's the thing. What this tells me, right? Especially because the thing is, guys, and you know, you can see this, for example, with a whole bunch of other Strat-shaped guitar. When it comes to trademarking of an electric guitar, you can no longer trademark this particular body shape. But headstock you can, right? Headstock is the thing. So you see like a whole bunch of Les Paul shaped guitars, a whole bunch of Telecaster shaped guitars, right? The thing that can get trademarked is the headstock. And there's a sort of like a precedent thing for that, because for a very long time, neither Fender or Gibson got to, you know, have the trademark of their body shape. Everybody started to make them, and then later on they went to court to try to own those, and they couldn't anymore because they didn't do it for 20 years, basically. That's the short story. That's like a brief, sort of like a crammed down story of it, right? So headstock is the Washburn headstock. It's like a derivative of a reverse Fender headstock, right? And you got the same pickups, same everything, Stevens extended cutaway. Again, this is not really that different from his Washburn guitar. So that's the first thing, right? Then, next thing I want you guys to keep in mind is that if anyone saw that recent music video that Extreme posted, X Out, in that Extreme video, in that music video, Nuno was rocking this Washburn Keytar, or whatever that looked like a Washburn Keytar, right? And that Keytar was made by Chris Mate. Chris Mate is the same master luthier that built the N4s for Washburn. Okay, so as of that video clip, the master luthier that Nuno was dealing with was the same guy. So I would guess, and this is a speculation, but I think it's very reasonable to say, that in all likelihood, Nuno just bought whatever licensing thing that was trademarked, whatever Washburn owned for that guitar, and then took Chris with him in his new Nuno Guitars company. Right now, with the evidence we've got, it seems to be the most plausible scenario, right? And I thought I wanted to make this video to tell you guys that, what we know of this guitar. But also I wanted to tell you, look, for whatever I got wrong, I want to apologize. And the reason for that is, look, at the time that I made my video 2 months ago, based on the evidence that was out there, my conclusion made perfect sense. I still stand by it. If this was 2 months ago, I would stand by what I said. But it's always easy to say, all right, well, looking back, it is, you know what I mean? But I care about providing you guys, when it comes to guitar commentary, when it comes to guitar education, everything that I do on this channel, I want to be a reliable source of information. I want to be a trusted source of information. So for that, that's on me. I take responsibility for whatever I got wrong in that video. I'll be posting a similar post on the YouTube channel. I think 12,000 people watched that video. And again, I'm sorry for getting it wrong. Based on the evidence at the time, I think my work was reasonable. I don't think I'm saying anything unreasonable here. But but I'm sorry that I got that bit wrong, that he will stay with Washburn. What I got right, when I analyzed that guitar, the new guitar on the stage, at the time when Ozzy Osbourne, you know, was doing the last show. When I looked at that guitar, what I was right about was the specs of that guitar and in the fact that it's identical to the Washburn guitars. So there you have it. Is there any other hate comments out there? No, not yet. Here's the good news, though. Can I say something, though? Here's what I think is the good news. The good news is that Washburn, obviously, you know, is bought by some investment company, and they left Washburn to just die, right? So if I go to Washburn Guitars right now, Washburn guitars, right? Check this out. Let's see. I'm actually keen to see if Nuno's guitar is still on the website. They still got it on the website, eh? Check this out. All right, so this is still on. You see, guys, at the top corner, Nuno Bettencourt series. They haven't taken the website down yet. So you got the Nellies. I don't know how much the Nellies are gonna worth right now, but you still got them there. So, but as you guys know, the Washburn as a company is owned by like an investment firm, right? It's similar to Fender, FMIC. You know, they're owned by a bunch of investment companies, unlike Kiesel, unlike PRS, unlike Aristides, or all the other brands that the master luthier runs the show. These companies are owned by a bunch of investors, basically, right? And in Washburn's case, because Washburn used to be, and still is, predominantly an acoustic guitar producer, but in the 80s rush of rock and metal music, they didn't want to leave money on the table, so they, you know, pumped up the electric guitars there as well and started to make them there. But then as of late, Nuno was basically all they had. I mean, they had like some bunch of other minor models there that, you know, they sort of put out there, but they hardly produced their, you know, Dimeback stuff, their Les Paul looking stuff. You know what I mean? So I made a video, another video separately, correctly saying, and I still stand by it, that Washburn Guitars is about to die. Check this out. So it was this video. Somebody just commented on it, actually. There's a video I made saying, look, Washburn Guitar is about to die, and it's their own fault. And I'm holding my, you know, Washburn N4 there, right? And I was right about it. Check that video out. I made some predictions, and I was completely right about it. This is the first step of that death, with Nuno going away. Electric guitars are no longer going to be a Washburn thing. They're not signing up new artists. They're not promoting their guitars. They're not doing anything. So after this, Washburn almost exclusively will be a acoustic guitar company. So we were right about that. So what I was saying is that is actually a good news in a way. I'd much rather a person that gives a damn about guitars to run the show, as opposed to, you know, a bunch of investors that they don't give a damn. They're just there to make a buck or two. You know what I mean? Whereas somebody like Nuno is much more likely, again, person, you know, different people, different ways to do things, right? But an artist, a person, a luthier, an actual luthier, are more likely to care, give a damn about the guitar, take players' feedback, improve on the design, and things of that nature. So this, for those who love N4s, and that's yours truly here. I love N4 guitars. To my top two guitars, like out of my top three guitars, two of them are Washburn N4s. And I'm happy with this change, to be fully honest with you. As long as there's continuity of production, I hope that it works out. When the guitar comes out, in all likelihood, I'll buy one because I love N4s, but also it supports Nuno. I think this is a good step in continuity of N4 guitars. Yeah. So I think that's a good thing. Again, I just wanted to acknowledge that I got it wrong partially in the video that I posted 2 months ago. Based on the evidence that was there, again, I think the conclusions were good. They were not fully accurate. Now we know, based on Nuno's announcement. So there you have it. There you have it. Happy, all of you guys. Look at me. All of you guys who have a love-hate relationship with me right now, like, hey, we got you, you know, you were wrong about it. I get it. I get it, okay? You want to, what do you want? What, do you want to just rub it on my face? Is that what you want? You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Okay? Look at me. Look. Okay, too much. Too much, all right? So, yeah. So thanks so much for anybody who joined and watched live or after. I really thought to go live, speak from the heart, and tell you guys that I take responsibility for things that I say. And I thought the best way to do that is to do it without filters or edits. Zuhair says, I'm at work, Sorenzo. Have a good one. You too, brother. Work hard. Kick some rear end today. Because you work hard and I like it. Dorotio, what's happening? Sorenzo, I thought you said you don't like classical and acoustic guitars. I am not a fan. I still stand by that. The truth hurts. The truth? Look, the truth hurts if you like are emotionally bound to the opposite of it, right? I'm not emotionally bound to the opposite of it. I appreciate you're right. Truth does hurt. In this instance, I'm not quite hurt. You know, again, that video that I made about Washburn guitars was mostly right. The only thing I got wrong when I said he's going to stay with Washburn. And this is just a rebrand. But everything else about the specs of the guitar, about the build of the guitar, about the same master luthier building it, in that video, they were all correct. I did miss a minor detail. Well, major detail. But it was one detail. And I get it, man. Look, if I want to be a trusted source of information, if I want to be somebody that you guys listen to and be like, you know what? He's not talking crap to us. He's not bullshitting us. Then when I get it wrong, I have to take responsibility. And I do it. Like a man. And sometimes you get it wrong. It is the way it is, right? If you put your voice out there, sometimes you get it wrong. So, Doroteo says Malmsteen plays classical guitar. Metallica also plays classical guitar too. Yeah, Malmsteen's music is actually heavily influenced by classical music. Bach, Vivaldi. Yeah, a lot of interviews actually he talks about them, and you can hear it, man. Like you can hear how when he plays his, you know, a lot of the songs that he plays, the riffs that he play are oftentimes like with distortion, but in like major scale, very happy sounding with a distorted hard rock sound, like lead sound. So yeah, you're right. Metallica plays classical guitars too. I think they're more like acoustics. I've never seen them playing nylon classical. So I've seen them playing a lot of acoustics. But yeah, you're right. I'm not a biggest fan of classical guitar. Nylon strings, not my thing. Do I like neoclassical guitar shred? You mean the stuff that Tim Henson does and Marson does and what was the Japanese guy's name? Ichiko? Forgot his name. I like them. They're very good. I think they're very skilled. It's not the music is not my cup of tea, but I really appreciate the expertise. I really appreciate the skill and the hard work that went to, you know, to be able to play something that complicated. How about yourself? You like it? Are you a fan? Because I know you're a massive fan of like 80s sound. I know you know a lot about those. Do you like those? Yeah, I'd be interested to hear that for somebody that loves 80s stuff. But then again, music is always like, no, more like 80s Jason Becker, Marty Friedman, and others. Yeah. So I guessed. Yeah, fair enough, man. Yeah, but look, you can't deny the skill. You just can't. So that's the truth. Tim Henson is more like gent. You were right. Well, look, the earlier albums that they did, Polyphia did, they were gent metal kind of records. It was really I think it was like Playing God. What was the name of that song that they did? It was from that record on. Polyphia? Yeah, Playing God. It was in that record that they went a lot closer to like a hip hop style kind of a beat. But you were like, they're more like gent. And apparently, I think I read somewhere in an interview that their new record that is about to come out, that one is very metal-like too. Like very gent-like. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So yeah, there you have it, folks. I think I just wanted to briefly, this is not like our weekend stream, because for those who don't know, we go live every Saturday night, US time, and we talk about guitars and review gear and have a good time with friends and chit chat. So this was like an unscheduled emergency stream, but I just wanted to go live to let you guys know the new information that is out ASAP, but also let you know, for those of you who trust my work, who trust my word, give you my heartfelt apology and let you know that I want to correct the record. And I appreciate you guys who, you know, who follow what I do and come in and engage with me in discussions about guitar. I like Polyphia's 2010's early albums more than the newer releases. Yeah, more metal stuff, more metal-like. You're right. But you gotta tell you that they really, really improved as players. Like a lot of guitar players, when you know, listen to their stuff, sometimes by design, but sometimes by, I guess, default, you don't hear any differences in their skill or in the techniques they utilize in those songs, or in the songs in a lot of ways. But again, when you produce a record, the songs have to be good, right? One of the things, so if you know Trivium, the metalcore band, I'm a massive fan of theirs. One of the things they did with one of their albums called the Shogun, if you're Japanese, they admitted they admitted that in that album they tried to show everybody how fast they can play. And sometimes playing fast and a lot of unnecessary notes come in the way of producing good music. But these guys produced amazing music and became way better players. That's for sure. Yeah. So, there we go. Go back to the topic, Dorothea. Do you like what do you think of these guitars? What do you think of Nuno's new stuff? So the pickups are the same, if you know how this guitar sounds like. So you still got the Seymour Duncan 59s in the neck and Bill Lawrence a 500 XL in the bridge. But these two are the new looks. What are your thoughts? They're not very 80s Jackson-like, but these guitars are from the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think? Do you like them? Yeah. Let me show you something. Yeah. It's the same kind of like a dinky Jackson body. Hold on. There we go. Same dinky style Jackson body. Obviously with the Stevens extended cutaway. Dorothea says, I don't like the top part that blocks the lower frets. Ah, this bit. Right. Okay, so basically this bit is part of the neck because these guitars don't have a heel at the neck body joint. So basically the idea was to remove the heel to maximize the neck hug at the higher frets there. So you got more room here now because the guitar doesn't have any heels. But to stabilize the neck, they had to get that chunk out and put it there. And that's where that is coming from. So when you go to the higher frets, you don't go with your thumb up there. Your thumb actually goes behind the neck like this. Yeah. But aesthetically, it's not for everybody, that's for sure. Yeah. But that's the purpose of it. That's where it's coming from. All right, let me put this back. Give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah, I never knew that. So what are the pros and cons? Look, the con is that, and I've got a couple of Washburns right now at home. The con is that these guitars, the necks are not easily interchangeable. So even if you break a neck and you buy a new neck from Washburn, those necks potentially cannot even fit here at all. So the necks are a little hit and miss. Unlike, for example, Fender necks, any Telecaster, Stratocaster, remove the neck, buy the exact same one, screw it in, you're good, right? So one of the biggest cons is that the necks are a bit hit and miss. And this bit, I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera, but this is a little bit curved and cut away too, so that your thumb can literally, it's like a nice, really, really nice cradle for your thumb, right? However, thinner means more easily breakable. This guitar never ever leaves the guitar room under no circumstances, because of that. So that's a bit of a concern, though. Again, for fairness, Nuno takes the exact same guitar on the road and nothing happened to his like guitars from the 90s and 80s, right? So yeah, that's that. But in terms of like playability, it took me I think about a week to get used to it, and then once I got used to it, I didn't want to play anything else. Like, it's just the fact that how your thumb goes under that, so you don't have to stretch your thumb up there. It just literally goes behind. And so when you get to the higher frets, this is the hand position. It's extremely comfortable. So if you can get your hand like in your local store or something without having to buy it, if you can just play with one, I'd be keen to hear your thoughts. I think you'll have a fun experience, even if you don't like it. It's a new fun experience that I think everybody should have, about a design like this, that the guitar doesn't have a heel, and the screws are like that, as you can see. So yeah, it's a very, very playable. I love, like, it's so easy to, like, literally so easy to play. Because your thumb literally, like, imagine a fender neck where the neck body joint is, the bump, the heel, your thumb goes into that. That's the best example, right? But so this is an N4, right? Now check this out. Give me a second. All right, so this is also an N4, and this has kind of the same neck, but you can clearly see there is a difference in the size here. These two necks are completely different necks. So the design is the same, but the necks are very much different. I can't take the neck of this out and put it on the other one. They're just different sizes down there, right? And they were made, so this one was made in 2005. The other one was made in 2009. So they were not too far away from each other when they were built. but yeah, exactly the same concept though. Literally your heel goes back there. Extremely comfortable. Like, I love it. All right, let me put this back. Doroteo says 80s and 90s guitars were built more solid compared to today. A lot of them. No questions about it. No questions about it. At some point when companies discovered that they can mass produce stuff in other countries, like with cheaper labor, that's when everybody forgot about quality. It's coming back now. It's getting back to normal. I think the best deals right now in the smaller builders that trying to break into the market. You know, I am adoring these days what our Aristides Guitars is doing, for example. I will definitely try it out at my local guitar store or at a guitar center, Dorothy said. By all means do. Look, I'm going back to that guitar. See the N4 logo here? And the Nuno logo up there? This is the exact same guitar. Like, he might be doing some modifications on it, but I highly doubt that the main design of the guitar is going to be any different. So even if you go ahead and pick up a Washburn guitar, it is the N4 that you're playing. If you pick up a Nuno guitar, it is still the N4 that you're playing. The black guitar is the killer. Yes. Yes. Thank you. I love the look of it. You know what I would have loved? If this black one, the dark one, he calls it the Dark Horse. If the Dark Horse had the maple neck. Just remove the sticker on it. Is that a sticker or is that probably a sticker? Unlikely to be a piece of wood. Yeah, fair enough. But I would have loved it if this one had the maple neck. I don't know why. Every neck I got at home, except from one guitar, is ebony. And I'm craving maple fretboards now, fingerboards. So like, if this one had the maple one, I would have been like, it's so good. So yeah, if you want to get an update on this, you can put your name and email there. What's the Instagram? Does it go to Nuno's or does it go to Nuno Guitars? Ah, there we go. Follow. So there we go. Bye, Washburn. Hello, Nuno. That's where the N4 is going. I'm so happy, man. I'm so freaking happy. Washburn did not care about their customers so much as of late, from what I've heard online, allegedly. And I hope that Nuno will take a better care of a guitar that he's been playing himself for 30 years. Yeah. And on that note, I don't want to make the video too long. On that note, I am going to call it a night, a day, right? I really, guys, again, for like the 5th time, I think, I just wanted to thank everybody who followed me throughout, the videos. My apologies that I've got a detail wrong in an older video that I made 2 months ago. I honestly think, again, with the evidence that was there, I was right at the time, and I didn't get too much wrong. But I care that you guys trust in what I have to say and come here and spend time with me. So it's on me. And with that said, ladies, gentlemen, my fellow guitar lovers, thanks for hanging out. If you have not already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next video. Mwah! Oh, baby. Alrighto. You guys have a great rest of the day. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in our Saturday night's stream. Mwah! Good night.